Hey all, it's Matt with Bobcat Bonsai here, and today I'm here with some clearance plants I got. Again, $1 for each of these. They were, let me give this a try. They're called a Galaxy False Aurelia. The proper name for it is a Dizygotheca Elegantissima. I probably butchered that. So I picked these little guys up on clearance, and I mean, they're in a little bit of a rough shape here, but we're gonna get them cleaned up and repotted into a forest formation and hope that we can bring these little guys back to life. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so start by getting rid of that little guy, and we're gonna come in and do a little bit of trimming here just to get rid of anything that's dead off of it. The last thing we need is a bunch of dead leaves just chilling on here. And a lot of these are really crispy too, which is not promising. I guess my overall goal is going to be that I hope there's some good living parts down lower. All right. We'll just zoom through this whole cleanup stage here because this looks like it's going to be a while. Alright, so now let's get these guys out of their planters and see what we have going on below. I think we're going to have some that are good and other ones that just aren't going to make it at all. Alright, also, this is the little pot I decided to go with. I thought it was pretty neat. It's got a little made in Japan on the bottom. I ended up drilling it out. It was just a solid pot. But my thoughts are it could make a pretty neat little forest layout for these guys. So let's work on getting them all set in there now. I'm going to start out by just laying a thin layer of pine bark, and that's more or less just to give a little protection so not everything seeps out through the bottom there. And then I'm going to use some Fox Farm soil here. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm going to get that all spread across and inside here. just get a good spread. Alright, so if you were wondering where I've been putting them, I've been putting them in my water jug. So now I need to get them all pulled out so I can figure out which ones I want to place where. So as you saw, that one was definitely dead. Now this one I still have hopes for because that has a healthy leaf on it, so I'm going to hope that maybe the trunk itself is still healthy and we'll start sprouting out some more. And this is my other little guy right here. This one has some great movement. I'm just going to do a trim up real quick on the roots on this one. I just want to get rid of that guy. Just kind of give it a little bit more space here. Alright, so now we're going to decide on which roots we want to keep and which ones we're going to get rid of to trim it back just a little bit. This little guy is not giving me much of a radial pattern at all. It's all sweeping in this one direction. So I believe what happened is it was planted down in, it hit the pot wall because it was right up against the pot wall right there, and it just grew straight down. So now we're going to have to work our way through that. But let's see here. I think because I see another really good sprout coming up here and there's a lot of good ones down lower, I'm actually going to get rid of this leaf right here. And this one is going to be right in the middle of everything. Alright, so we're going to go with this guy right here as our center point. And I'm going to just hold and just try and start spread these roots out a little bit. Try to force it to spread even if it doesn't want to. I'm just going to dump a little bit more soil around here. Alright. So it's leaning for now, but I'm going to get these all straightened up then later as we keep going with it. Okay, so this guy has a little bit of a mess, but it looks to have some pretty good roots. I'm just going to trim a little bit on the bottoms of it. This little guy I'm actually going to have come off to the side of this one here. Grab some more soil. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward you through this next part as I go through and figure out where I'm placing the rest of these at. Okay, so now that we have these little guys all kind of placed where we want, I'm going to place this little rock right in the middle of all of them. So now that I have that in there, I see that I'm going to want to get rid of this because I'm going to end up bringing the soil level up quite a bit. I'm going to bring it up almost even to the top, and then from there I'm going to put either moss or stone on it. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll figure it out as we keep going. So let's get a little bit more soil here. Alright, so I'm going to go grab some wire real quick and we will work on getting these all wired up. Alright, so I grabbed my wire real quick. It's just an anodized aluminum wire. I'm just going to take and end up wiring up all these little trees here. So I'm probably going to end up putting you guys through a fast mode for this as well, because it is a whole lot of little trees to get wired up. You got to be extra careful as well not to damage any of these new buds that are coming in, because we don't want to lose them either. So I'm going to be jumping between wire sizes as I go through and do this. So I'm not going to be wiring these trees super tight at all. I'm going to actually try and leave everything loose. Then some of these little guys I'm going to end up having to take off. So I'm going to end up taking this outer guy off and this one little inner guy. And then I'm going to bring this one up and then bring it out and bring it back in here. Just a little bit of movement. So so that was on this one. I'm actually gonna end up trimming off this whole branch right here. Leave a little bit for dieback because there is a new bud coming in. And the same goes for this guy here because there's a new bud coming out right in the middle, and there's one here, and there's another one right here. So depending on how this decides to grow out is going to play a big factor in a lot of things. Now for this guy, we are going to wire it up in hopes that it does come back. And if it does, awesome. And if not, I still think it'll be a pretty cool little forest. So I'm just going to come in like that. Bring it around. Bring that one out. And then back and up and in. A little bit this way. Alright. So this one's pretty straight right here. I think the next one I'm going to tackle, I'm going to leave this straight one alone for now. Obviously this is a little bit bent over, but we'll deal with that when we get some wire on it. I think the next one I want to tackle will be this little guy right here. Alright, so let me grab some wire for that one. Sometimes you think you have a plan, and then the tree says otherwise. It says, no, that's not a good plan. You're going to do it this way. Okay, so now we have this one that's coming out that way. Yes. So this one, I want to do the opposite. I want to kick and then bring it back. And right here, I'm going to start to take it back this way, but then pull it up straight at the last second here. So it appears I failed to secure my wire. Which is entertaining for you all. Alright, so I actually changed my mind. I'm going to kick this one in and then bring it back. And then bring it back on itself. And then up. Alright, so now we've got these two playing off on each other. And then we will get in on this one. Let's work on that to bring it up front more. Okay, so now I have to look in here. I've got this guy that's hanging down, so I'm actually just going to go and nip off that leaf right there. And that leaf right there. And hope we get a decent cut back. Then over here we have one reaching into this tree. So we're going to cut off that little guy. And this little guy. And just leave that one little leaf by itself. So now I've got a lot of overlaying here. And I don't know how I feel about it. So these little guys look like they got eaten by bugs. We'll trim that off. But those are some baby leaves there, so we're going to let them grow. This one got eaten, so trim that. That leaf got eaten, but I'm not sure. I kind of want to leave that one. Can I get rid of that one to open this up a little bit more? Get rid of that one. So I'm pretty happy with that one from the front view. I'm just going to come in here real quick and trim off some of the other stuff that looks like could be a problem. Alright, so now I'm on to this back piece here, which we wanted to come forward and then bend up. Just to give it a little bit of something. So with that one, some of that weight off down there. This lower branch was way lower than what I was looking for. I have some nice new shoots coming in up here. So this one looks like it has a little bit of damage, so I'm going to get rid of that one. These are all younger leaves here, so I'm going to leave those and actually get rid of the one older one right there. And I'm going to get rid of this one. So now we have that all set back in. Gonna get rid of this leaf, this one, and this one. Okay, so I was going to put some mulch on it, but I may end up, I have some heavy paver sand that I think I might end up sprinkling on here instead, because I think I might like it. If I don't, then I can always replace it. So I can never make my mind up on things. I'm just gonna run it a little bit more around this rock here, kind of make it look like there's some dirt just coming down from around the rock, but rather than dirt, it'll actually drain, so it gives us that benefit. Okay, just a little bit more. Alright, give me 1 second and I'll be back with some mulch. Alright, so I'm back with the mulch. Just gotta clean it up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what kind of mulch this is. I just pick it up off my cement wall, and that's what I use. Free mulch. Alright, so let's take a look at it here. We have our front view. I'm actually really happy with it. Let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and if you want to be notified whenever I release a new video, hit the bell notification. Thank you.